Well. Good evening, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to Saturday night. Welcome back to Romhack Races. We have got, I don't know how you could have guessed it, but a fun Super Mario World Kaizo level for everybody tonight. Whether you're watching or racing, it's going to be a fun time. I am GlitchCat, your humble and extremely exhausted narrator tonight. But I'm going to have to rely on you all to bring some extra Saturday night hype because I have been not getting sleep. But we're here, and we're all here together. I'm here. Let's do this. We got week 157, our creator tonight, Morisot. This is an interesting level that I actually did get a chance to test. Length of longest section here, as rated by our testers, 7 out of 10. Hardest trick to figure out, though, 4 out of 10. Hardest trick to execute, 5 out of 10. So this is going to be an interesting race, and something I think we haven't seen recently, which is this extra long section. I hope you're all doing well. In case you didn't know, this is Romhack Races. We do this every Saturday night. We are racing fresh, never before seen Super Mario World Kaizo levels right here for you. The racers don't know what they're in for. The levels have been made by someone in our community. This week it's Morisot, and tested by folks in our Discord. We've got a website, romhackraces.com. I almost said smwcentral.com. That's the Super Mario World archive. We got romhackraces.com. You can jump on there and grab this patch if you'd like to try this, or check the leaderboard and join our Discord if you want. Check out all the other races that we've had. We got a big archive there for everybody. Big shout outs to D to the Fourth, Kelgan, Dark Nine, all the testers, and Dr. No, who's helping us run the restream tonight. We are a small but dedicated group of volunteers who are doing this, trying to bring you all the best RomHack action that we can. I hope you're all doing well. Forgive me if I seem a little scatterbrained tonight. Like I said, I literally stayed up all night to finish an important project, and I'm running on empty here tonight. So I'm hoping that these racers are going to be able to bring the hype and make up for a little bit of my sleepiness. But I'm GlitchCat. I hope you're all doing very, very well tonight. As always, it is an honor to be a part of this community, to be announcing these races for you, and it is an honor to be surrounded, I should say, by such talented makers and players such as yourself. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you again for dropping by. Vivaldi, thank you so much. I don't want to self-promote too much, but the project that I was working on, I just completed and released it today. A complete history of Kaizo Super Mario from the very beginnings all the way to right now. Right here where we are tonight. You got to understand, we are on the edge of the wave that is our history, hanging out here, ready for yet again another Romhack race in a long tradition. It's pronounced Morisot. Morisot. Am I saying that right? Please let me know. Just correct me if I get it wrong. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Morisot. Oh, right, because that makes sense because Morisot. Cool. Thank you for that. Thanks for letting me know. We got Morisot with Evening Hustle tonight, week 157. And gosh, I am just, despite my exhaustion, I am just brimming with pride for the Kaizo community today. We exist as part of a long comet trail of tradition and achievements that have been made before us. Where do we get to see it? Right there, my friend. But I suggest checking it out after Romhack Races, because we got some exciting fun for you, and this is going to be a bit of a dive. So hang out, stick around. We got ready to go. 10 seconds here. Hope you're ready. And check that out after this. We got a race to do. RB Pimlico, You Fail Me, Yuri Densetsu, B2DE starting us off. We've got other people who are racing as well, and the scouts will let us know who is taking the lead, but it looks like it's time to go, so let's do it. Nate, thank you for the resub. Let's be off. Morisot is our maker tonight. Evening Hustle, the name of the level. Remember, long sections, tough tricks, but not tough to figure out, and we'll see how that affects the racers. Again, as we always say, consistency is the key to one-shots, and one-shots are the key to progress. So we will see who's got what it takes tonight. Week 157, Romhack Races. You Fail Me, Yuri Densetsu, B2D, starting off right away in this really nice looking level. Gotta love the aesthetics here. Super nice, kind of purple evening time. There is not a heck of a lot of deep tech going on right now. We got a little bit of spin jumping, a little bit of rope hanging on, jumping off. But you're going to see some kind of, like we said, with the difficulty assessment, it's only a 4 out of 10 to figure out. So this is a fairly straightforward level. One thing to note, the note blocks, you see Yuri Densetsu in the lower left there, getting to the note blocks, they will bounce platforms and sprites. So the players are watching out for those on the ground. And then just kind of needing to catch up with the platforms here. Some really tight timings, and using slow fall or fast fall to control how quickly Mario moves through the air is going to be really clutch. Seeing everybody kind of get to this just about the same point, looking for someone to get past the platform. You fail me there in the upper right, making a shot at it. Here goes RB Pimlico. Yeah, all these racers kind of right now getting to about the same part. And this is where consistency is really going to come into play. They already know what the obstacle is. They've been there before. How quickly can they become very consistent at it? B2 in the lower right, making a play for that platform to catch it on the move. You fail me trying it again. Looks like everybody on screen right now has been to that platform, and so far we haven't seen anybody get past it. Oh, hold the phone, yo. Yo, let's look up Yuri Densetsu in the lower left, making it, and there goes B2 DE with a nice read around that little lift up there. RB Pimlico trying for it as well. Now, keep your eyes on Yuri in the lower left. Watch and see how consistently they can start picking up this technique. It's Yuri versus B2 right now at the bottom of the screen, as both of them are becoming a lot more consistent right away with landing on that brown platform as it's moving. Kind of got to choke up on your jump a little bit there and make a sharp angle as it relates to the ceiling in order to catch up with that platform in time. If you jump too slow, you won't even be able to catch it in the first place. You fail me. All right, making it to that same point. 3-way tie right now. You fail me. Yuri Densetsu and B2 tied up here. RB Pimlico trying to make it 4 for position. They got it. All right, RB Pimlico in the upper left. New PB. Oh, gosh, hang on. They might have someone with an even better PB. We got Halcyon. And B2 over here in the lower right, making a little bit of progress as well. Halcyon in the upper left. You fail me. Yuri Densetsu, B2. B2 in the lower right with some progress and trying to get back there right now. Yuri making a little bit of moves as well. This is a really interesting level. Like I said, I don't normally test these, but I've been trying to help out with that a little bit more lately, and the length of longest section should be the metric as rated by our testers. That should be the metric that the racers would be really looking at tonight, and we're looking at as well. This is something we don't often see in a Romhack race, a longer section. And I do recall when I was testing this, I specifically said, I think that's a cool thing, and I'm interested to see how that plays out in the race, because while all the obstacles aren't necessarily... Hold up, Yuri, lower left, check it. Check it. Oof, nice try, Yuri. While all the obstacles aren't necessarily very, very difficult on their own, the sheer length of them might trip up some of the racers and is going to make for an interesting dynamic. It's really going to reward consistency as players need to get multiple tries at the ending parts here. Or we could see that clutch one-shot, as we know everybody is always looking forward to. Halcyon, yo, you fail me in the upper right. Oof, watch out for those bullets. Low ceiling on that. B2 going back. Louis Douce coming in. Let's see what they got. Oh, geez, Louis Douce way out ahead. I don't know. That's yo, Slobcore, thank you for the raid. Welcome to Romhack Races. Hope everybody's doing well. If you're looking for the lead right now, Louis Douce in the lower right making mad progress. You fail me in the upper right, trying to get over this rotating platform and this line of bullet bills. They're up and over. You fail me with a chance at progress in the upper right. Can they catch that block sprite? Nice. Couldn't get over the jump, though. You fail me. Back at it again, but Louis just a little bit out ahead right now. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for joining us here. If you're new, this is a never-before-seen level. These racers are racing it sight unseen. It's a test of wits and skill and determination, and we're all here along for the ride. Thanks for being a part of it. Yuri Densetsu trying for those rocks, needs to wait for the charge and chuck to throw those rocks over the 1F0s so that they can spin jump on the other side, having rotated that platform to the right where they're going to need to land on it. Here goes Yuri Densetsu with P-Speed even. Is that a pipe? And they're in there. Just like that, Yuri Densetsu in the lower left taking the lead and moving on to the second section. Nice H. Sub 6 minutes, too. That is remarkably impressive. The skill level in these races is rising week by week, man. You'd love to see it. Louis Duce trying to catch up, but this is going to give Yuri Densetsu a little bit of time to work with this section. Now, the thing is that the racers don't necessarily know where everybody else is. They're just watching their own game. However, from our removed perspective, what we see is that Yuri is having a lot of time on this section. Knowledge is power in sight reading Kaizo, and the more knowledge Yuri's going to be able to generate here, the better position they're going to be in. But You Fail Me in the upper right is looking to challenge that lead right now. So take a look. Yuri Densetsu knows a little bit more about the level right now. So You Fail Me is going to either need to catch up with some one-shots or some good consistency. And Yuri Densetsu trying to maintain that lead. I really like this second section. I think it's got a lot of imaginative stuff in it. Bouncing off the Rex to make a double jump and get over that first obstacle, and then needing to open the on-off switches, re-grabbing off that red Koopa, and opening the on-off switches to open and close the block gates as they're going. Louis, oh, I'm sorry, that's Yuri. Yuri Densetsu still out ahead right now. You Fail Me, though. Looking for the catch-up. Or, if they don't have any ketchup, they'd be looking for Da Vinci's fancy yellow mustard. That's right. You heard it all before. It's You Fail Me and Yuri Densetsu right now tied, just about tied up in the second section. Kerr in the upper left and Louis Duce in the lower right looking to make progress. Louis with those super clean jumps. Got to appreciate Louis' intense precision. And look out, though, Kerr. Louis might have to really put on some intense precision now. Kerr making their way to the checkpoint, too. Still keeping it a pretty tight race. But Yuri in the lower left, I think with the most progress that we've seen. RB Pimlico, though, looking for the challenge. It's anybody's game right now. RB Pimlico also on the second section. We got everybody you're seeing here on part 2. The sequel, the exciting sequel where you find out that, I don't know, somebody's dad or something. I didn't watch the movie. Yuri Densetsu getting those carrot platforms and making their way. Oh gosh, what is this, Yuri? Wow, Yuri with some reads right now. What are they going to do? This is new territory here. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think Yuri sees the mistake. They needed that blue switch. Oh, they're trying to save it with the shell. That's good thinking. That's good thinking. I really am enjoying the, I guess you could say, traditional aspect of this level. It's got a little bit of chocolate stuff with the zippy pipes and the custom stuff, but it blends it in such a way that this really looks like it could be a level from the original Mario world, maybe a super secret special zone level or something. And I always really like that environment. It's traditional. And not to say it's, the chocolate is great. Let's make some fun chocolate stuff too. We got a whole galaxy full of D4 tech to explore, as well as others. But I really enjoy these kind of more simple levels that just look like they could be a hyper challenge level from the original game. Yuri Densetsu, yeah, making that progress. H for Louis Duce as well. So we got 5 right now working on the second section. Still going for first clear. Yuri Densetsu, though, look at this consistency. They are not one to miss too many times in a row. And they know what's about to happen here. So, oh, yikes. Yikes. The same problem. That's a tight little regrab. Yuri in that moment wants to bounce once off the Koopa, pop up, hit the switch to open the gate for themselves, then bounce off the naked Koopa and get up there. If they don't do that in the right order, the switch won't be opened and they'll have to use their damage boost. Really great level. I want to give shout-outs again. Morisot, our maker tonight. Really, really cool stuff. I had a really nice time when I tested this earlier in the week. Oh, gosh. Louis getting to the same point. Louis and Yuri Densetsu. I think Louis might want the comeback here. Louis might want the return. They are putting on the power now. Louis with these characteristically super clean jumps. They don't float too much in the air. They jump and land exactly where they ought to be. Oh, dear. Oh, Louis, a little bit mistimed to catch that carrot platform. Just like in the first section, the note blocks at the bottom of the screen will bounce the carrot platform upward. That's custom ASM invented by geniuses in our community. And they need to watch out for that because it happens quick and it might be a little bit tough to notice the platforms at the bottom. Here goes You Fail Me in the upper right. Can they do it? Same point that's thwarted Louis far. Nothing. Tight regrab there. Louis Duce with a shot at it. Oh gosh, they took the time. Yeah, they sat and lined it up. Louis Duce on a run now. They've got P-Speed. What are they going to do? Ouch. Ooh. Rough death. Didn't jump. That's another classic Kaizo thing is jump close to the edge of the platform. Here goes Yuri Densetsu. What is happening here? Aha. I see what's happening. Learning has taken place. I hope the players enjoy this last obstacle. In testing, I did have some. I had some ideas for it. I had one idea for it, and that seems to have been implemented. And I think personally, it makes the obstacle extra exciting and cool. All credit to Morisot, of course, though. Our creator. Yeah, you're looking strong here, but Louis Duce, another chance at this jump. Oh, what are you gonna do? I think Louis just learned the same lesson that Yuri just did. And so now it's a question of consistency. Who can get back there first? It's easier said than done. If you complete a Kaizo obstacle one time, it's easier said than done that you're going to get that every single time. On the one hand, you want to sight read something, get through and live on your first shot. But if you can't do that, just getting to that obstacle over and over again is a definite way to win races. You Fail Me. With a shot at the regrab? Oh, nicely done. That was a nice, low, well-articulated regrab, and You Fail Me getting P-Speed. Now, what are they going to do? Oh. Looks like You Fail Me had a lesson to learn as well. All right, we got 3 now. Yuri Densetsu, Louis Duce versus You Fail Me. Every one of those racers has been to exactly the same point. They've learned, presumably, the same lesson, and it is now simply a battle of consistency to get back there. Who's going to get it first? Louis Duce with the shot. Tight. I think Louis might have been trying to undercut that jump a little bit. Remember, and I'm sure, as most of you probably know, holding jump in the air will cause Mario to fall more slowly than he would if you were not doing that. This is commonly referred to as slow fall and fast fall, and regrabs. Yuri Densetsu. Oh, see, that's a regrab right there. And Yuri, here we go. With the one shot. Oh, yeah. And that's going to do it. A win for Yuri Densetsu with the very, very clutch one shot on that last obstacle. See what I'm talking about? You either get the consistency, that helps, or you clear that one shell jump obstacle exactly at the time when you need to. One try. A really solid win. Sub 15 tonight for Yuri Densetsu. Excellent job. Although, I want to point out too, we say, Romhack races, we're here for everybody. This is a community project. It's not, oh, you lost, This is players versus the level. And what you're looking at here is very skilled racers playing against other very skilled racers. Heck, a sub 2 hour clear of this level is impressive. And to be able to pull down something like this in under 15, 20 minutes is remarkable. So we're hanging out here waiting for second. We're going to try to show everybody's clear. We schedule about 2 hours for these if you want to just hang out with us. And, say we're here to celebrate everybody's achievements. So we're looking for second place. It's Kerr versus You Fail Me. RB Pimlico and Louis Duce still grinding for that second place, but it looks like Louis might have it. Oh no! The pause buffer couldn't save him. That is a clever technique, and certainly not a one might say an illegal technique in Romhack races. Pause buffering. You get to a new section, you don't know what is about to happen. Maybe something is you have to react really quickly, or something's gonna fall on your head, or who knows what's about to happen. And yeah, pause buffering right when you get to a new section. Just wait, take a look, see what you have to do, give yourself a little bit more time to react. That's a valid strat. Although I do think that sometimes, in some cases, like pause buffering can kind of mess up your flow a little bit. You know, then you have to like unpause, and if you didn't pause in a stable position, you might just kind of like bop yourself because you unpaused. Here goes Louis. Yeah, not to be denied on that trick twice. Louis Duce for the clean second place. Nicely done. Oh, hey, wow, you fail me. Gosh, by freaking split seconds. That was a really close second and third. Wow, well done. That was like on the same lot, the same life. Yeah, that was just by a couple of seconds. Don't worry, don't forget exclamation leaderboard in chat if you want to check the leaderboard. Big shout outs to D2 the Fourth, who helps us out with that. We got Kerr, B2, RB Pimlico, and Halcyon coming in here, but I'm not sure. Can y'all see Halcyon's stream? I'm getting an error 503 here in my handy dandy behind the scenes stream viewer, so I'm gonna give it a quick refresh here. Not sure what's up with that. There they are. Our good friend Halcyon. There they are. We're here. We're at everybody. Kerr, B2DE, RB Pimlico, Halcyon, working for that fourth place. Working for the sub. You know, I say fourth place, really for the sub 20. I don't like to focus too much on the rankings. You know, only rankings as much as they challenge us and give us a fun time. Any more than that, if we're putting each other down or getting down on our skills, that's not the way to be, you know. As I'm sure you know. Yeah, we just got to apply a little more mustard to the CPU cooling fan. RB Pimlico, clean shell jump, and they are out of here. Nicely done. I even like the traditional kind of ending from Morisot tonight. That's a very SMW kind of thing. You just like go out of the area and you go to a nice daylight area with the H and you just get to win. I like that. I like that very much. Here goes Halcyon. Yeah, waiting for that blue Koopa regrab. We got Germ Dove coming in on the lower left as Halcyon gets ready for this regrab setup. Nice. I really, really like that double Rex regrab setup, and looks like Halcyon does too, because they are out of here. Sub 20 for Halcyon. Well done. Like I said, keep in mind, these are skilled players playing against other skilled players. At the risk of sounding too much like John Madden, you know, there's not a weak player. I don't see any. I've never seen a bad player in Romhack races. I see dedicated people trying their best. Let's give it up for Misha Vargas, working on the first section. Germ Dove, B2, and Kerr making it through the second. Yo, thanks everybody for being around tonight. You're I'm using up the last bit of my energy and hype tonight for all of you, but it is a worthy cause. Thanks for being around. Thanks for being a part of our community and for doing whatever you all do in your own way to further the ancient and noble art of Super Mario ROM hacking with an illustrious history dating back to 1987. It's really pretty cool to be sitting here watching such incredibly talented players play a really sophisticated hack with lots of quality of life under the scenes, under the hood rather, to be sitting here on the internet doing a stream of it for a global audience. Having spent most of my last week researching the origins of Kaizo Mario, it is a real it really puts it in perspective just how far we've come, and it makes me very, very appreciative of the community and what we all put into our hobby. You fail me. Thank you so much for the raid. I don't think you do. I really, I mean, I want you to be you, but you impress me. I think a name change is in order. I don't, I think a name change is in order there, friend. Or maybe I fail you. That's a possibility. Yo, thanks for a race. Thanks for doing your best tonight. As far as doing a stream on my research project, I plan on it. However, that is for tomorrow night. I literally stayed up all night. I don't really know why. I just got it in my head. I got it in my head, and I was in the zone, and I just couldn't put it down. So I literally stayed up all night last night. I did not sleep, working on finishing that article so that I could drop it today before Romhack races for everybody. And I hope it was worth it. I'm quite proud of it, but I have spent all of my energy on that, and as a result, I will not be streaming tonight. I will, however, do a special stream tomorrow, playing some historically significant Super Mario Brothers ROM hacks. But that's tomorrow, and tonight, we're all here just hanging out, being comfy, having a race. Kerr, B2, Germdove, Misha Vargas kicking it with us, and you too. I just had to do it that way. I think I made the right choice too. I think sometimes when you're creating something, you just have to stay in the zone. Don't exhaust yourself. Don't hurt yourself, you know. But I think, at least for me, as a creative individual or someone that makes works, like sometimes I have to finish it in the mindset that I started it in. I can't. I just like, it's not even like I can't put it down. It's like I need to be in that same mindset. If I step away, I won't. I'll be in a slightly different mindset when I come back, and it'll be different. So, where can you find said article? Why, right there in chat, my friend. Right there in chat. Kerr, B2, Germdove, Misha Vargas, still working hard. Again, if anybody has any, I don't mean to get too sidetracked here. If anybody has any questions about tech in Super Mario World or Kaizo or Romhack races or anything you want to know about regarding what we are, what we're doing, please feel free to just shout it out in chat. There's not that much deep tech going on here, so there's less to explain than a level where there would be a lot of complicated mechanics and stuff. Kerr with a shot at that ending. I was very interested to see how this race would shake out because we don't often have levels where the highest metric rated by the testers is the metric of the length of each section. Long sections are something that kind of not a lot of people are really doing in Kaizo right now, at least to my knowledge. And I really think that's interesting for a race because it places extra emphasis on, oh, B2, sad nah. I was hoping that we're going to get the clip entry for the pipe, but the Romhack race's base ROM disables clipping. But it's an interesting idea for a race because it really extra rewards. The longer the level is, the more you're rewarded for being consistent or for getting a one-shot. That one-shot at the end to win it for Yuri was clutch. Right, because if you screw up, you have to go back through a much more time-consuming section. Shorter sections are easier to bang out real quick. Longer sections definitely reward consistency of technique a little bit more. B2 setting up for this P-Speed, upper right. Nice, that was clean. I love P-Speed bounce combos. Gosh, they're so fun. There's something about bouncing on multiple enemies with P-Speed that just... it just feels like you're flying, you know, sailing through the air. B2 Must be sailing pretty high right now. Nicely done. Good clear. B2 dying in the credits. Come on, who does that? Jeez. The level's over there, B2. You already won. We got Kerr, we got Germ Dove in the left side of your screen. We got Misha Vargas in the lower right, working on the first section for those that might have missed it. Like, I haven't done that before. I in no way was implying that I have not done that before. And if I implied that at all, that is a mistake on my part. I have died in every conceivable way in Kaizo, and you know what? I'll do it again. Well, you know what? I overspoke there. I over-exaggerated. I have not died in every conceivable way in Kaizo. Of course, as we know, the way of the warrior being death. So, if anything, in order to become a better player, I need to die in more situations in Kaizo. You know who's not dying? You know who's not dying in Kaizo today? Kerr in the upper left with that big sub 28 clear. Nicely done. Well played. Everybody's kicking butt tonight. I'm so proud of you all. I'm glad. I wanted to drop the history article for Romhack Races. We got Sony Slave in the upper left. I really wanted to drop the history article for Romhack Races today because I'm just so dang proud of you all. I know that, I don't know, that's silly to say or whatever. It's not like I'm a parental figure or whatever. But learning so much about the history of ancient Kaizo and our origins just makes me so proud and thrilled to live in the age that we do, where we have so many kind, dedicated people working on stuff. We got Prestonator in the upper right. We got so many people doing so many incredible things and putting out works of art that have just elevated the form beyond what was ever conceived of back in its origins. And I am just full of pride. I think y'all should be really proud of yourselves for participating in this kind of thing, for being self-determined and for making our own Mario, make our own game, make our own community, make our own resources and utilities. Y'all are amazing. I'm really proud. Really proud to be a part of it. I hope we can keep this energy going for many years to come. We got Sony Slave, we got Prestonator, we got Misha Vargas working on Section 1. We got Germ Dove on Section 2. We got B2 with the raid. Great race. This is our final four. Comfy week. I think that y'all should probably go and check out some patches from the Romhack Races vault. We got 157 of them, plus a few extras probably floating around in there. And it is an excellent way to try your chops at a single fun-sized Mario level instead of having to commit to an entire hack. I know the feeling. You start up a hack and you got to finish it, right? You want to beat the hack, you know, and maybe you beat a couple of levels and then get to that one level in the hack that just stonewalls you forever and you can't do it. It's harder to be proud of the 3 levels that you already beat when you know, oh, geez, I didn't beat the hack. Here's a way out of that. Try a Romhack race level. All you got to do is beat 1 level. And then when you win, you really get to win instead of, well, there's a whole mountain of other stuff ahead of me that I still have to beat. You get to savor your victories. I think that's really important for Romhack playing. You got to win. Win every once in a while. In a world with so much ridiculous, death-defying Mario stunts going on all the time, have a win. Oh, Misha Vargas, I wanted the win. I wanted that for them right when they jumped for that pipe. Oh, jeez. Oh, Yatanai. B2, thank you so much for 13 months. Welcome back. You know, all of your subs and bits and contributions go right back into the Romhack Races community so that we can keep things going around here and try to bring you the best in ROM hacking content. Misha Vargas looking threatening now. Yeah. Oh, she's trying to get the moves. Prestonator. Oof, going for it. Also, like, how are you all? How are you? How is your day? How are you? What's on your mind? Tell you what, tell me all about it. I need to get up and leave the announcer's booth for 1 second. Tell me all about it, and I will be right back. Just hang out and just twiddle your thumbs or whatever. All right, I'm back. Did I miss anything cool? Did anything happen? Did anybody get a checkpoint? Did anyone do a backwards long jump, wrong warp into the warp pipe of our desire? Misha Vargas with the nigh. We got Sonny Slave, we got Prestonator, we got Misha Vargas, Germ Dove, we got all of you. And I'm real glad I do. You did a backflip? That's coincidental. That's why I had to get up. I had to do a backflip. You did a cat flip? So did my cat Mallow. You know, my cat Mallow has lately made a great discovery in comfy technology. He has just recently learned that it's totally okay for him to nap on the couch by himself. Normally, he would only jump up there if we were up there, and he would hang out with us. But he's recently just decided that we don't hang out on the couch enough for him. So for whatever reason, it's finally clicked in his brain that he is just allowed to just hang out on the couch whenever he wants, and he has been taking full advantage of that. I will post pictures to confirm that my story is true. Yo, Germ Dove, look out. Whoa, watching for the end. Oh, yeah, nicely done. Nice little save. They wobbled a little bit on that shell jump, but they caught it on the left side. Well done. Germ Dove for the win. And that brings us down to 3. 3 racers remain, and we are going to hang out and see how they do. Cheer them on. This is our time to just kind of hang and chat. If you would like to, I don't know, if you got any questions or anything, or you just want to talk about what's on your mind, you know, how's your day? How's your pets? How's everybody doing? We're still here. We're here for Stony Slave. We're here for Prestonator13 and Misha Vargas. Exclamation leaderboard in chat if you're coming in late and would like to check out what everyone else has already done. Hey, Om Nom Nom, thanks for the gift sub to Morisot. Appreciate that. Great level tonight. Again, Morisot, our maker, the level Evening Hustle. You can get the patch on romhackraces.com. Thank you, Creedmoor. Time will tell, I suppose. I'm just very, very, very excited to bring this story to the West. Hey, there's 4. We got Ender of Games starting us off here. We got Sony Slave, Prestonator, Misha Vargas, Ender of Games. I'm going to give everybody 1,987 cool points for still being here and still trying. Like I said, this is a sub 2-hour clear on this is really good. Consider the historical perspective that it was claimed that the first level of Takamoto's Kaizo 1 took an hour and a half. And that's 2007 Takamoto Kaizo 1. This level that we're witnessing right now, several orders of magnitude, exponentially more difficult than Kaizo 1. And we've got people who are clearing it in less time. The skill ceiling has risen substantially. Not even there's not a word big. It's remarkably light years. I know that's a measure of distance. That's what I'm talking about. We're light years away from where we were, and yet nothing really changed, did it? How's Mallow doing? He is doing just fine. Super comfy. Probably napping on the couch right now. Just being a big fuzzy guy. He's fuzzy. Let me tell you what. Mallow deserves a cat toy. He's got so many. He has so many. We just got him another one. I got him a little rainbow worm on a little stick, and he loves to chase it. And I got him a bee. It's like a bee on a string, and it's got a little zipper, and you put catnip in it. He loves catnip bee. It's all about it. Oh, Misha Vargas, man, I am cheering for them every time. Hey, who's up in that up pipe? What's yo, smells like up pipe in here. Ender of Games getting in. Section 2. Oh no, that's true. That doesn't mean he doesn't deserve more. You know, cats are kind of playing like a sort of a Metal Gear Solid type of game with their lives. You know, like they feel comfortable when you have like lots of convenient cardboard boxes all around for them to hide in. You know, and for a cat, they're just like, oh, conveniently, there's like lots of cover and obstacles for me to run around in. You know. Laser pen, no. No. N-O. The reason we are not interested in doing that with him is because it kind of messes up his mind a little bit. We have in the past tried him with that, and I think some cats do okay with it. I guess it depends on the cat. But for him, he gets frustrated. He gets really frustrated. The laser pointer makes him frustrated because he can never actually catch it. Yeah, there's never a thing, right? There's nothing to catch. Cats want to get something, they want to kick it with their back feet, they want to chomp on it a little bit, and they want to like get it. And he knows, he pounced on that pointer. He's like, I know I got you. And it frustrates him that he never, ever, ever can get it. So we actually never play with laser or light toys with Mallow. Only physical toys that he can actually get. Yeah, it's actually sometimes not the best idea. Probably better for cat owners in general to use a physical toy and play with a cat in that way instead of a laser pointer. Tends to make them kind of stressed and freaked out. Oh yeah, and then you get cats. Yeah, then you get some clever ones that put it together eventually and just go right for the pointer. Bread twisty ties. Yeah. Cats love those. And you know what else? The little plastic ring from a milk jug. Oh, point the laser pointer at a snack. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, and then they're just like, oh, hey. That's kind of cute. I like that. Prestonator, looking for that up pipe. Vicious. A common, you know, we all, you know, the Kaizo block, but a common enemy in these hacks is the up pipe. The hitbox, well, I guess, would it be a hitbox? Does the pipe have a, I mean, I guess you could call it a hitbox, but it's more of a area of collision detection, which, I mean, what is a hitbox? But if you're a little bit left or right of center, you cannot make it in. The way to kind of tell where you're at for a pipe is, what I tend to do is to aim for the shine. If you look on Ender of Games screen, you can see there's like on the left side of every pipe, there's kind of a white shine where the light is reflecting off of it. Try to put Mario's head right to the left of that shine. It's a pretty good visual cue as you're learning for how to aim for the center of something like that. Try it with Mallow. I still am hesitant to get the laser pointer. He's wild enough. He runs around all over the place all day, and then he just like sleeps. So I kind of know he doesn't need to be any more wound up than he is. He's pretty energetic. That makes me happy, you know. At 7 years old, he's still as spry as ever. Yo, DM, thank you so much for the sub. Prime Gaming, we really appreciate that. All your subs go right back into the Romhack Races community. Nobody's just putting this in their pocket. We're improving things around here and bringing you extra cool content. We've got a little bank to fund our operations. We really appreciate that. Yeah, 1 pounce, yeah. Also, you know, another problem is Mallow at least gets kind of wound up. If sometimes he finds a favorite toy and he really wants to play with that one toy. There have been some toys that I've had to kind of be like, we're gonna put this over here where we're not gonna get it out again. There was one in particular, little shiny edge of a metal thing. It was like a keychain or chain or something. And I just dangled it for him one day, and he was so excited. I think he liked that it was like metal and shiny, but it made him kind of hyperactive. You know, maybe parents would understand. Like, can we play Nintendo? Can we play Nintendo? Can we play Nintendo? Mom, can we play Nintendo? You know, kind of like that. That was the only thing he ever wanted to do, and he was very like, Gotta get that thing. So we kind of had to be like, we're gonna put this toy over here and forget about it. Get you a new toy. Hey, yo, hey, cheer on your friends. That's what we're here for. We got Prestonator 13 in the upper right, working hard. Sony Slave in the upper left, also working hard. Misha Vargas, hey, they're working hard, lower right. And Ender of Games, also in the lower right. Misha Vargas being in the lower left, of course. Hey, while we're hanging out, I just noticed that I have some announcements I could read off. Next week, that's a week from today. It's a Saturday. We got a level from a rather famous maker. You might have heard of them, Chris G. They're doing a level for us next week. That is going to be really exciting. And in 2 weeks, we're going to have another double-header race. We've got SMB2, the weird Lost Kaizo, SMB2 and an SMW race coming up in 2 weeks. And if that wasn't enough, Sunday, October 10th, right here, Romhack Races, we will be having our annual, I guess it's an annual thing at this point, Old Hack Relay. Luigi's Adventure Overseas Edition is the game. And we have 2 teams of 8 or 9 people who are going to be racing through Luigi's Adventure in a relay style. Everybody gets one world, and we pass it off to the next racer on our team. We did it last year with Hyper 6. It was a lot of fun, and it also is where the origins of dive storage as tech got learned. So that's pretty cool. This year, we've got a lot of strats and a lot of folks working on it. I, myself, will be racing. I don't know who will be bringing you the commentary, but it's not going to be me because I'm going to be racing. I got world number 8, and I have some cool fly under strats to try to go for that. So that's Sunday, October 10th, right here on Romhack Races. Kaizo 1, yeah. Go and revisit. That's something I think more people should do. Go and revisit hacks once you've gotten a little better. Everybody is always just looking upward, at the next hardest hack. And sometimes you don't realize how high you've climbed in terms of your skill until you take a look back down and say, whoa, this used to be so hard. I mean, Kaizo 1 took me forever to RTA clear. I spent a year on that from 2014 to the end of 2015. I spent a year working on that game. That's how I learned shell jumps and regrabs and stuff, I was aware of slow fall property, but utilizing regrabs was still a kind of a new concept. And to go back to it now after some time has passed, it finally seems quaint. That's a cool thing about it, It's just as hard as ever. It didn't change. We changed. We got better. Yeah, it feels good. You get a win. You'll hear me say this a billion million times because I think it's a point of view worth advocating for intensely. You gotta win, especially in Kaizo where things are so brutal and so difficult and so tight and require so much knowledge and tech and practice and failure. Win sometimes, please. It's motivating. It feels good. If you only hang out in hacks that just bust your chops forever and ever and ever, I don't know. Maybe some folks are down for that. I mean, that's if that's your jam, that's your jam. But I advise you to win at least once or twice. Go and play something you can win. It just feels good. You gotta have that motivation. Constant negative reinforcement from just bashing your head off one of these tough Kaizos. I mean, it might only get you so far. We have seen proof positive that a sufficiently motivated individual with thousands of hours and time can learn something like Grand Poo World 2 from the ground up. I mean, we've seen proof positive of that, but I think there's more effective ways to go about doing it. And one of those ways is win. Get yourself a win that isn't so hard fought. Just put some wind in your sails. You'd be surprised how much your mood and mentality could affect your gameplay, even in ways you don't necessarily realize. It's something I've been learning about myself as well. Sometimes if I'm in a different mood, I might play differently. And sometimes that can be motivated by frustration. I play more poorly because I'm frustrated, yet I don't stop because I want to win. So I get into this locked up kind of situation where I just stay in one spot, you know? Get yourself a win sometimes. Get that mental game on point. Quickie World 2. Oh yeah, you know, that'll put you in great position. Misha Vargas, hold up, let's go. We need some big hype in chat. Misha Vargas has finally made it. Excellently done. Sub-hour checkpoint, that's quality. That is quality. Well played, Misha Vargas. When starting out with hacks, would it be easier with keyboard or controller? I don't think either of those is inherently easier than the other. I think that it depends on your preference and what you're used to as a player. If you primarily play, you know, WASD kind of keyboard stuff, then probably keyboard. If you're more familiar with controller, then I would say go for a like an iBuffalo, or the Stone Age Gamer has the SNES to USB adapter or something like that. There's tons of third-party controllers you could pick up. I prefer the Stone Age Gamer USB to SNES adapter, and not just because I'm sponsored by them, but because it's a really excellent piece of hardware that works flawlessly, and you can just play your... I literally have one Super Nintendo controller that I use on stream when I'm making games, when I'm playing Steam or whatever. Just use that one adapter the whole time. It takes a lot of hassle off. Plus, if you do go for the adapter, you can get replacement Famicom controllers and parts and just rebuild that one controller. Whereas a third-party controller might be a little more difficult to get replacement parts for it, or pads or buttons that fit the right size or shape of the internals. So it's really just kind of up to your style as a player and what you feel more comfortable with. Some people also feel more comfortable on hitbox, which is more akin to a keyboard style controller than like a handheld type of controller. But there's really no wrong way to do it. There are some techniques that keyboard or any other type of controller with separated inputs for the D-pad would give you the ability to do some things, but there's really no wrong way to do it. For example, simultaneous left-right. It's possible to press left and right, although some emulators do like have preventions against it. But it's possible to press left and right at exactly the same time, and a lot of games, actually, a lot of old games in particular, kind of freak out when you do that. Mario 1, you move faster and do weird things. Mario World has all kinds of strange interactions from simultaneous left-right, primarily being able to clip through objects with a cloud. Simultaneous left-right plus a cloud on a wall will just clip Mario straight through the wall. Some hacks, like Tatsujin or whatever, actually require that, like glitch exhibition hacks. But in general, standard controllers can't left-right simultaneously because of the way the plastic is built in the D-pad. You'd actually have to, and I have one, you'd actually have to take the plastic piece of the D-pad out and replace it with individual buttons that that would be able to hit those separately. SMB3 has left-right prevention built into the controller reading code. Wow, that's interesting. I never knew that. That's really interesting, actually. Yeah, that's clever. But yeah, you could separate your own D-pad, or you could just like squish the pads enough to where you can kind of press that whole plastic piece down. But in general, that would be, I mean, there's no really wrong way to clear a ROM hack. But in general, for speedrunning purposes, wow, look at the sync between Sony Slave and Prestinator. Impressive. But yeah, in general, there would be, I guess you could say, certain banned techniques for a speedrun. For example, Mario 1 speedruns can't, you like, are not allowed the simultaneous left-right because it confers an unfair advantage. For certain categories anyway, or certain SMW categories would have that same sort of stipulation. You know, I'm told that the one-frame block grabs can be tougher on hitbox because you use separate fingers to press YB. I find it, yeah, that I've heard that. I don't know, maybe it's just, I haven't seen that to be my experience. Yeah, I've heard it can be easier, or maybe it just depends on the player. But I have heard others say that same thing as well. Like, for example, in SMW, there's a trick where we all know block grab, you know, Y and B at the same time to jump with the block. But in Yoshi's Island, there is a similar kind of trick involving pressing down and jump at the same time, where typically you would need 2 thumbs for that. And I actually just stretch my left hand out and just press down and jump with fingers on my right hand, with the same hand, in like a claw grip kind of style. And that actually tends to work better than using my left thumb on down and my right thumb on jump. It's a trick to warp into a pipe loading zone. But you do it's essentially an SMW block grab jump. You're pressing 2 different buttons at the same time to achieve a different end, but it's the same thing. Yeah, walking eye, I can see that. I definitely see that. I haven't heard of anyone using claw grip for key jumps, but it makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, when devising techniques and coming up with strategies, you know, you always, in general, exceptions to every rule, of course, but in general, you want to favor the solutions with the fewest amount of inputs. You can't lose if you don't play the game. If you're not touching the controller, you'll never lose because you'll never do any inputs. Inputs are points of failure, right? The more of those you have in any obstacle, the more inputs on the controller are required to do a trick or to get through an obstacle, the more points of failure you have, right? That's what makes things tight, precise, difficult, you know, whatever. So it can, you know, other times simple inputs done precisely can be very hard. But in talking about complexity, favor the solutions with the fewest number of inputs. You save yourself a lot of hassle. You save yourself a lot of failure. If you can do it in one jump, if you can line yourself up on a wall or a pixel to where you can just run off the edge, if you can eliminate inputs and go on a bare bones kind of diet, exactly as many as you need to get through, don't wiggle around so much with the controller or wiggle very carefully, you will eliminate points of failure and you can play more tightly that way. I gotta hand it to the Switch Pro controller. I didn't think I would like it, but I do. It's pretty good. It's pretty quality. Yeah. Inputs are points of failure. How else do you fail? You know, there's no other way to fail a game other than a bad input, right? Or you just stood there and didn't do anything. But you know, it's your inputs make the difference. The more of them you have, the more you could slip up. Everybody wants to figure out how to press 2 buttons and win the game. That's what any percent is, right? You know? Any percent is literally the reduction of inputs. I mean, it's the reduction of frames more correctly. But in a sense, you could say that it's an attempt at reducing inputs. Personally, I'm curious to see who could beat Kaizo Mario World with minimal A presses. Surely someone in a parallel universe is able to do it. Ender of Games, yo. While we've been gabbing it up here, Ender of Games has been getting serious, making big progress in this second section. SMB low percent. You know, here's an interesting historical anecdote for you, Bub. I found out in some of my research for my Kaizo history article, I found out that folks were messing around with Japanese communities, and other folks were messing around with ideas like time attack, low score, and high score, and other things like that, meta challenges, perhaps as early as like 2000. 2001, 2002, some of the archives, there are old archives that can be found of times and submitted challenge runs and videos and stuff like that. It's an interesting look back in the history of the like speedrunning and kind of super play. And yeah, people had low score Mario runs, gosh, as early as like pre-2007. Yo, Misha Vargas and Ender like synced up right now. Ooh, yo, Ender staying alive. Double bounce on that Rex. Needs to float it though. Ender needed a little bit more lift off of the first bounce on the Rex. Learning how to waste time is a valuable skill, especially with bounce combos. Notice that Ender wasn't able to catch that platform before it got underneath his feet. He was too early. How do you compensate for that? Waste more time by bouncing higher and slow falling to waste more time in the air. Wasting time in the air it's valuable. It'll manipulate cycles for you. Players on the bottom are on the second checkpoint. Players on the top are on the first. I beg your pardon once again, but I need to stand up for just a second. Don't do anything cool without me, or do, and tell me about it later. And I will be right back. Oh, I knew it. All the cool stuff happened while I was gone, didn't it? Didn't it? Yeah, we still got Sony Slave versus Prestonator, Misha Vargas versus Ender of Games. I do hope you are enjoying yourselves here tonight. Everything happened? Man. I always miss everything. It's my Kia shelves. That's cool. They should have speedrunning for that. You know what? I bet they do, actually. I'd be willing to bet they do. Speedrun assembly of IKEA furniture. All right, so we're setting up for cushion skip right now. People speedrun pencil sharpening. Calgary. All right, now the manual wants us to screw these in, but we can actually cheese this setup by just duct taping the bolts to the side of it. That will reduce functionality of our table, but it does save time. Here goes Prestonator on a good run. Yo, that spin jump to hit the brown block. I want to see some more folks on the second section. Let's go. Were indicators as prevalent as they are before Mario Maker? Well, yes and no and yes. No, in the sense that, just like old, SMB1 games and whatever, memory space was really limited. So wasting a lot of memory tiles on arrows, coins, indicators, that sort of thing, was not really done that much. However, coins are used in general. I mean, as they are in original Mario. Coins are used as indicators in some ways. And I have seen at least one in my research. I have seen at least one SMB1 hack from before 2007 that did actually have an outlined Kaizo block. I was actually going to share it. I was going to show it off on stream tomorrow when we have our big historical analysis. I've only seen one, but nonetheless, it certainly does show you an outline that there is a Kaizo block there. And this would have been pre-Kaizo 1, pre-Mario Maker, of course, and pre-Modern Convention. What time tomorrow? Whenever I get up, I guess. As I've mentioned, I stayed up literally all night to finish that article. I was in the zone, and I had to do it in that zone. And I don't regret it, because now I got to finish work. But I don't know, whenever I get up tomorrow, I'm going to bed. I mean, like right now. See y'all later. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I'm going to sleep forever, and then we'll see. Not forever. I'll get up at some point. Kaizo started in Japan with Takamoto? Oh, sort of. Nah, the origins go deeper than that, my friend. I think you'll find the story fascinating. And that is true. There are the occasional, yeah. Louis got it. There are lots of Japanese SMW speedrunners and the occasional hacker. I think, you know, in researching a lot of this stuff, I really, and it just is what it is. But I really do think the language barrier in some cases kind of makes it hard for our communities to communicate in a lot of ways, and it is what it is. At the same time, we could help bridge that gap a little bit. But in research, the language barrier made researching the Japanese side of the community more difficult, obviously, than it would have been in English. And not that it's a bad thing, or I would love to make contact with more Japanese players, people from around the world, any language, anywhere people are playing Kaizo Mario. I want to know about it and be your friend. But I do think in some cases the language barrier definitely it has an impact on the effectiveness of communication over great distances. Skytree and I actually looked up the pronunciation. It's Tonkachi, like Tonkachi. I think I'm saying that as close to right as I can. I was saying Tonkachi, which is just so American of me. Well, hello, I like McDonald's and mowing my lawn. Where play that Tonkachi Mario? Big doofus over here. I believe it's actually more correct as Tonkachi. Oh, that's interesting, Louis. I did not know that. I did not know that. In my historical dive, I did not have the spoons to do a deep dive into Japanese copyright law, especially Japanese copyright law of the 80s and 90s. Did not care to go that far with it. That's a project for someone else. So I would be pretty ignorant of the legal specifications, things going on. Yeah, Tonkachi. People tried to make money off selling hacked Pokemon. That's interesting. That's interesting because something that people might not know is, apart from creating the original Kaizo series, Takamoto did also create a Kaizo Pokemon, the patch of which is available, I believe, still on their Nico video page, or would be able to be found with a little bit of digging. I forget which Pokemon it was for. I want to say Silver? I'm not entirely sure, but there is a modified Pokemon ROM also created by, authored by T. Takamoto. Don't hold the O sound that long. Tonkachi? Tonkachi. I'm learning. Tonkachi. Wario's Goldmine was a good level. I did like that. Level. But the reason I really wanted to put the Tonkachi History Project together and celebrate Kaizo was because I really wanted to tell the story of the Japanese community to the West. And these are things that the Japanese community already knew. They already knew. That's where I got all my sources from, the Japanese community. They already knew that Tonkachi Mario existed, works were made with it, that it was the first ROM hack. They already knew all that stuff. It's just news hadn't gotten to us yet. And I really, really, really hope that I can honor those players and those makers, and give them their rightful place in our history where they deserve it, because they did absolutely amazing pioneering work, and potentially without their original explorations, we wouldn't have any of this. It took people with a Tonkachi editor, graph paper, and poorly written, mistranslated, mispronounced, mistyped information on codes and tables in a magazine. People sitting there all day with a notebook and a pen and a piece of paper and a magazine, referencing various byte tables, swapping 3 bytes at a time with a replacement hex editor, only to modify a block or 2. And they produced some of the first works that Kaizo Mario ever saw, and they should be honored and celebrated. Makers of the Tonkachi editor, people like K1, or I'm told Keiichi, should be celebrated as the founding heroes that they were. Do they stop after a certain time? We schedule 2 hours for this broadcast. However, the racers are allowed to play as long as they want. Got Sony Slave, still got Prestonator, Misha Vargas, Ender of Games, just working, man. Doing the work. You love to see it. Just working, grinding, staying cool. It takes mental fortitude to be able to hang on in a tough level like this. You're new to this? Welcome. I'm glad you are. Please feel free to ask questions if you'd want to check out romhackraces.com. That's our website. You can learn more. Feel free to ask questions and get involved. We'd love to have you. Now, I loved Kaizo Mario before I took a deep dive into the history, and I love it even more now. If possible, I'd love it even more. It's been a transcendental kind of experience to connect with the absolute origins and to learn that everybody that started it up back in the day were just like us. They were just like us. They were doing the same thing. Heck, they even made, and I'm spoiling the article here, but they even had collab hack projects as early as 2002, 2003. They were just like us. They did what we did. They just did it sooner and earlier, and with more primitive tools. Haven't done a task race yet. Still a cool idea though. You gotta go to your local grotisserie store to get Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard. We can't just send it through the internet tubes. It makes everything all yellow and goopy, and no one would want that. You wouldn't download Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard, would you? Misha Vargas making progress over there in the lower left-hand corner. Mustard can only be sent through the mail. Oh, yeah. Hey, let's give a shout out to Kelgan, who has always been helping us out for a very, very long time. And we are pleased and proud to announce that they have joined the Romhack Races staff. Thank you so much. Big shout outs for Kelgan, helping us out with scouting and a lot of other things around the shop here. Thank you very, very much, Kelgan. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for helping out. Like Doc was saying, we are going to be putting out a call for some volunteers. If you're digging this kind of thing, and you would like to help out the Romhack community, like to help out the Romhack Races community, put on more events and do special stuff, hit us up, talk to us. You don't have to be an S-tier player or maker to do this either. I mean, we got quality people and friends who help us out, but you know, if you think, oh, well, I don't know what I could do, if you want to help out, talk to us. We'll see what can be done. You know, the desire is the important thing, and you can rest easy knowing that you have been doing good work for your friends in the Kaizo community and carrying on an illustrious legacy dating back to 1987. Ender of games, rough Nye there. I want to see who comes out on top between Misha Vargas and Ender of games here. Both of them kind of getting to the same point. Actually, Misha with a chance at it right now. Let's go, let's go. Oh, good regrab. Misha Vargas for the win? Oh, geez. Is this it? Making sure to get all of that runway for P-Speed. That's good presence of mind. Oof. Oof. Rough. That's a low regrab. Bounce on the enemy without the button engaged. Then as you're rising, after you've gone out of the boost area, then re-engage for a regrabs give you a low vertical with a wide horizontal. Yeah. Something about bounce combos while you have P-Speed, though, is just, so satisfying to me. Maintaining... You don't really do a lot of P-Speed maintaining in Super Mario Kaizo levels. That one level from Pango World comes to mind, and there are like other P-Speed levels, but I would love to see more P-Speed preservation levels, where the aim is to kind of run and move in such a way that you're always maintaining P-Speed. Morisot had a great one. I believe it was in Don't Spare the Horses recently. Morisot had an excellent P-Speed preservation level that was so sick to play. Really, really like that one, but I would love to see more. You must maintain your P-Speed levels. It's a very satisfying thing to do, and I think you get more of that in Mario 3 than you do in Mario World. P-Speed is less of a technique in Mario World and more of a means to an end. Well, you want to do it because you want to clear a gap or get a midair or something, but P-Speed is just interesting on its own. And P-Speed preservation, while not necessarily as technically dense as it is in Mario 3, is still a very cool technique and very fun to do. Big GG's for Prestonator. I saw that. I saw that, Big H. Big GG's for our pal Prestonator 13, making their way to the second section. It's Prestonator, Misha Vargas, Ender of Games working on number 2. Sony Slave hanging out on the first section, working hard. Putting in that work. He done did it. You could almost think of tonight's level as 2 levels back to back, given the length of the sections. I've seen Kaizo levels where like there's no checkpoint and it's as long as one of these sections. This second section could just be its own level. That's not a bad thing, but just to give you a sense of perspective of like how difficult this stuff really is. You know, I think I'd like to do more historical blog posts. That was really fun. I'd like to maybe dive into more historical topics in ROM hacking, specifically Mario ROM hacking. I think there's more to the... There is, I mean, I don't think there is more to the history of Mario ROM hacking than what's been told already. I think going forward, I'm not gonna like obsess over it and stay up all night. I got what I wanted to do done, but yeah, I think there's more stories to be told, and I think there's more investigations to be undertaken. A deep dive into Mario World ROM hacking history specifically would be pretty interesting. But yeah, you know, I think, and probably we'll end up collecting some more material about Tonkatchi and the early ROM hacking scene. So actually, once I am done here, I got some DMs from a friend who might have a couple new pieces of information for me. So I'm curious to see how that goes. But yeah, I think I may do more like historical research that's relevant to our hobby. It's been a very enjoyable pastime. Really gets my mind off things. Comfy night, comfy chat. This is chill Saturday, my friends. Chill 3 a.m. Sunday. Hey, whatever floats your boat. Oh, man, forgive me if I seem a little sleepy. I am. Misha Vargas back here for another shot at it. Hey, looking good. One more to go. Yo, ender of games with the shot. Let's do it. I really have a fondness for the Kaizo block pipe entry, where you need to like hit a Kaizo block and then use it to stand on to get into the pipe. I'm a fan of that setup. It's just cool. Yo, look who's back. Misha Vargas, let's go. They got that low regrab down. They just gotta wrap it up here. Yeah, Invictus, that's another good one. You started making this right after you beat Invictus? Nice. GG. You doing okay, chat? Hanging in there. How do you get entered into the race? All you have to do is go over to romhackraces.com. That's our website, and you can sign up. They're open for anybody that wants to give it a try. You just gotta, use the layout that we have on the website, and you'll be good to go. Oh, hey, my pleasure. I love doing these. This is like my favorite broadcast of the week. I don't have to. What's fun is I don't really have to do anything. I just sit here. And watch Mario, and talk about what I see. All the racers are doing the hard stuff. But no, it's my pleasure. I love this. I love the Kaizo community, and you're worth it. You're worth it, Kaizo. Yep, it's that consistency. That consistency gonna pay off. Hey, who this? What? Quiet Mason, where'd you come from? A phenomenally talented player. Quiet Mason looking to bust up the ranks here a little bit. Oh, I'm glad you get a chance to relax. I mean, really, even just learning about Romhack history and thinking about my own history. I mean, it's so cool. It's just so dang cool to be able to sit down and have a Mario Romhack race every week. I mean, come on, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I say I am Very exhausted. I'm running on no sleep right now. So apologies if I sound kind of like not hyped. Yeah, it's really amazing. I really like Kaizo. Yeah, it's really fun, I guess. You know, Doc, I almost did that myself. It was like 5:30, and I'm like, I shouldn't go to sleep because if I do, I'm just gonna not wake up in time for the race. You seem to think I'm the sort of man who isn't just gonna reflexively turn the alarm off and go back to sleep. Yes, this is a blind playthrough. It's a sight reading competition. The racers have never seen the level before the race begins. The testers have tested it and ranked it and checked it out, so it is known what the racers will have to do. But if you signed up to race one of these levels, you don't know what you're in for. Other than a difficulty. The testers provide difficulty, length of longest section, hardest trick to figure out, and hardest trick to execute on a scale of 1 to 10. And the racers do know those rankings before starting. That's just kind of a way to let people know, hey, this is what you're in for. Some people want an easier race. Some people want a harder race. Some people don't want to do something that they don't know what it is, or would want an easier race, and if it weren't easier, they would, you know, oh, geez, and not have a good time. So it's just to let everybody know, hey, this is what you're in for. We do easier races. We've done 3, 4 out of 10. We do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of, well, not 9. I don't think we ever had a 9. We had 1 9. Generally, the race difficulties are between 4 and 7, I would say. Quiet Mason in that pipe. Let's go. That's an interesting question, Kerr. Are there Kaizo hacks that we in the West might not know about? I mean, I would say the chances of that are fairly likely, given the enormous popularity of ROM hacking and everything. As for what they are, where to find them, how to play them, I guess that's a mystery we're all gonna have to solve if we want to learn more. I don't know off the top of my head if there's a Japanese equivalent to SMW Central. There are other ROM hack archive patch archive pages that are available. I don't know. Hey, you know what I do know though? Misha Vargas, boop, 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 boop. Nicely done. That was a hard-fought victory. Well played. GG. I'm impressed by that one. They didn't give up. Look, they didn't even give up. They just beat the level. Ender of Games is next. Here, this is the run. Right here. Oh, sorry. I tried. But yeah, you know, the number of potentially obscure or lost, unknown ROM hacks is infinite. Who knows, right? That's the beauty of it. Like, it's not, you know, it's not like even regular games where we can look and see what games were made. Who knows what surprises are out there waiting for us when it comes to ROM hacks? Who knows? Could be the next greatest thing could be some undiscovered patch on some obscure site. Takamoto made Kaizo 4 and never told anybody about it. Gosh, we have no idea. That's what makes it exciting. Ender of Games, tough break. Tough break. Pokemon Emerald. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that. I didn't know which Pokemon version it was. The patch ought to be available if you search through their Neko video page, which is linked in my history article. Sorry, I don't mean to self-promote that one too much tonight, but at the same time, it's something that I really would like the community to have, and it's something that I've more or less been obsessed over completing for about a week now. I kind of don't know what to do with myself. I'm kind of just like, I don't know what to do with myself anymore. If Takamoto made Kaizo 4, you know, hopefully they're out there. Hopefully Takamoto, it is my sincere wish. I don't even need to track them down. I respect their privacy, but it is my sincere wish that both Takamoto and Kiba are living happy lives out there. They should be out there, you know. If they'd ever, if they would ever choose to come back, that would be the return of the king. That would be amazing. It'd be the biggest, most sensational story in Kaizo in the last 10 years. You know, that would be amazing. We get another Kaizo from the T Takamoto. That'd be huge. Maybe they don't want that. Who knows? You know, I refrain from speculating too much about their motives and reasons because we don't know. We can't really know. We don't know why. We don't know why they stopped. Maybe they don't, you know, maybe they don't want that. Maybe they specifically, maybe they're very shy. Maybe, you know, maybe them and Kiba had like a thing and then it blew up and they don't want all that attention, you know. Maybe like we would be like, "Oh my god, Takamoto Kaizo 4." Maybe that's exactly what Takamoto doesn't want. Is for tons of people to be looking at them and talking about them and, you know, whatever. Maybe they don't want that. So I feel the best thing I think the best thing to do is to refrain too much from speculating too much because it doesn't lead anywhere. We can't know. You know, we got to stick with the facts and we just got to honor our ancestors and hope that they're doing well. I would love to see another hack from Takamoto or Anakitty or Haimari or anybody, you know, anybody involved, anybody old that came back, you know, that'd be amazing. We'll have to wait and see. That's the cool thing about being a part of Kaizo right now, is that we're literally riding the edge of a wave that's just hurtling towards new excitement and discoveries and lost artifacts and new games and skills and players and creations. You know, we're just constantly evolving, yet kind of staying the same in how we approach it. There's room for everybody. I don't know. Who knows? The next great thing could be right around the bend. It's not out of the question that Takamoto is watching right now, and they just don't want to say anything, and I respect that. Thank you. All I really want to say is thank you. Thanks, and I hope you're having a nice life. You gave us all very much. Sometimes too, you can't ask for too much, you know. Takamoto, famous Kaizo maker. What we want? Please come back and make Kaizo 4. Then please make Kaizo 5. Then do this. You know, how much is enough? How much do we want from our heroes? When can we just say, you've done good work. I'm comfortable I don't get anything else from you. You know. We gotta let them live their lives too. I mean, what would they think about hacking nowadays? maybe they're aware. I mean, 2012 wasn't that long ago. Maybe they're more aware than we think. Maybe they just don't want to, just aren't interested in talking about it. Maybe they like being mysterious and shadowy. Could be any number of reasons. Although I will share some insight. I reached out to, and I didn't include this in my article because it wasn't really very relevant to anything other than just anecdotal. But I did reach out to the individual who translated Kaizo 3 into English. I think they just did it as a hobby project, and because not a lot of people were aware of, at the time, the story of Kiba and Takamoto, they didn't really care. And so I reached out to the person who translated that from an email in their blog, and they were kind enough to actually reply to me. And I asked them, I just would like to know more about your work, specifically translating Kaizo 3, or maybe what the circumstances were at the time, or anything else you might know about Takamoto or the history of it. And they had a particularly lucid piece of insight. And I'm paraphrasing what they said, but basically they said, I have a hunch that the fact that people took Kaizo and ran with it is more interesting than the story of its creation. But they also said that they could definitely understand why people would want to know the finer details with something kind of legendary like this. But I think they might be right. I really think they might be right. I think it's pretty safe to establish a timeline of what went down. And aside from, I mean, I don't want to dox this guy or, drag them back into the spotlight if they don't want to be there. And I think that probably is the case. Based on just my beliefs and my research, my feelings about the situation, I think the story that we know is the story. And I don't think there's much more to it than that, other than, maybe potentially some insights from Takamoto about why they did what they did or what they were influenced by, games that they like to play, Kiba's favorite games, how he feels about playing Mario. Other than just some nitty-gritty personal information that is personal and wouldn't want to drag that out of someone that didn't want to share it. Aside from that, and maybe, what happened, where did you go? What did you do? What have you been doing all this time? I think we know the story, We know what happened. We know the story. T. Takamoto made the game for Arkiba. It got really popular. Reached a lot of views. They grew up together. They were more than likely teenagers or growing up together at the time. They got popular on Nico Video. People made meme videos of it. And they also got, some negative comment. They got the positive and the negative. The same thing as we had to experience in Kaizo. The, wow, you're a god player, and simultaneously, wow, you're the most evil person that's ever existed. Who made this sadistic, awful garbage? Right? Like, Takamoto was one of the first people to experience the brunt of all of that. No Kaizo before Takamoto had ever achieved that level of viral popularity. And Takamoto was the first person that had to deal with all of that. So maybe it's more than reasonable to assume that they're just kind of done. They had a 10-year, almost a 10-year run, 5 or 6 year run. Maybe they're just, they're just done. They had their time. They moved on. There's nothing left to do for them. So they made Kaizo 3. They made it the biggest, baddest one ever with the Kaizo 3 Bowser that did, great job hacking. Proves, that's something I never even really ended up pointing out, but Kaizo 3 Bowser, I think, is proof positive that Takamoto is definitely a skilled coder. They know more than just how to use lunar magic. They definitely had their hand in some ASM and some code and stuff. And they dropped Kaizo 3. It was the biggest, baddest one. The thing, too, is that Kaizo 3 really feels like a finale, It really feels like an ending. What would you do? what would you do for Kaizo 4? How do you top that? You know, what would you do? No, I know what Quiet Mason would do. Land a clean shell jump and sail away to victory. Nice job. Toy Story 4 it. We can't all be Pixar. Maybe another hack or another game or something. Maybe a Takamoto Mario 2 hack or whatever. But I can envision a scenario where, you know, they're just done. They had their time with it and they moved on. They moved on in their lives. I tend to agree with VG Person, the author of the blog and translator of Kaizo 3 into English. The more I research, the more I really agree with them that the story of kicking off is probably way more interesting than the story of how Kaizo 1 got made. I don't think there's much left to uncover there. Other than literally just making contact with Takamoto and Kiba and talking to them, there's not much else to be done. And if they don't want to be found, I don't think it's proper to try to drag them back out into the spotlight. I think it's also safe to say that they are aware, at least in some degree, of the popularity of their work. Even from 2007 to 2012, their influence was already starting to be felt in Kaizo. Kaizo 1 was a massively viral video for gaming in its time and had a huge influence. I mean, we're still feeling that influence. We're still Ultra Star, Skytree. These are things directly pulled from Takamoto. We still pay homage to that all the time. And no, I think they were just done. I don't really think there's much to the story other than what we already know. And that may be the reason why they've never really spoken up. There's nothing to say. Just nothing to say. You know it all. I already told you. Ender of Games in the upper left. Yo, we still got a race here. But I don't know what Ender's got up his sleeve. Takamoto almost strikes me as someone like Bill Watterson, the creator of Calvin and Hobbes, who quit while they were at their peak. Massively popular. They could do that forever. Bill Watterson could still be writing Calvin and Hobbes today. Reruns and make $1 billion licensing the characters, and they could have ran it into the ground, and they didn't. Yeah, they ended on a good note. They called it. They stopped. And that's the thing too, is how there is absolutely no way to know that Takamoto is done with Kaizo Mario. For all we know, Takamoto could be downloading the Romhack race levels and playing along with us right now. For all we know, you don't have to post about it. You don't have to mention it. They could love the game and never do anything publicly with it if they just enjoy it truly for their own satisfaction or whatever. But I can understand the idea, despite how the fans may want them to just come back. I can definitely understand the idea that, at a certain point, maybe just go out on top. What else? There's nothing left to do. Go out on top. And Bill Watterson had a lucid point about his own retirement. And I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of, the same people that are begging me not to quit right now would be the same people who are telling me to quit in 5 or 10 years. Right now you say, oh no, don't go, more, we need more. If I were to do that and hang around, eventually you'd get sick of it. And you'd be like, gosh, this guy again? Man, I'm tired of that, And it's true in a lot of cases, And I think Watterson was wise to realize that. Perhaps Takamoto did as well. Perhaps they thought they did all they could and they wanted to go out on top. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. What a mic drop. I mean, think about it. You invented a whole style. Now, hang on. You didn't necessarily invent a whole style, but you popularized particular aspects of your genre, became a household name in your particular community, made some of the most influential Kaizo works ever, and then dropped the mic and said, "See ya, peace." That's pretty cool, man. I gotta respect that, you know. They did their work. They banged it out, and they said, "Moving on." You know, better than someone just clinging to popularity as it slowly drips away. You know, the addiction, the so-called addiction to likes, metrics, numbers. Need more videos. Need to be more popular. Got to do that. That can do a number on you. Do a number on your mind and your body. Maybe Takamoto just completely rejected that. Maybe Takamoto got wrapped up in that. Really got obsessed with internet fame, and maybe they needed to step back. You know, we can come up with these theories all day, but none of them really mean, you know. None of them are any more true than any other one. Yeah, I'm just, holy moly, just looking at the time here. We schedule 2 hours for these broadcasts. I've just been kind of sitting chatting with everybody. We got Ender Games, Prestonator 13, and Sony Slave still working hard. I'm hoping for a clear before we got to wrap it up. But if you're looking for a little bit more Romhack action in your life, check out the SMW Super Mario World directory on Twitch. There are a ton of great people who are streaming Kaizo right now, and you may be one click away from a cool new stream that you love and an excellent new area of our community to hang out in. Ender of Games. Oh, too high on that shell. Too high on that shell. But go follow some of the racers. If someone impressed you, tell them so. Let them know in their chat. They'll be really happy to hear that. Drop us a follow if you want. Come back and see us on Saturdays. And we will be announcing other special events. Chris G, as we mentioned, is up next week. Mario 2 and Mario World doubleheader Romhack race the week after that. No shortage of fun to be had. October 10th, the Luigi's Adventure Relay. And we're looking for volunteers. So head on over to romhackraces.com and check out all of our great material. What if Takamoto was really Miyamoto? You know, that joke has come up a lot. And while it's a good joke, I think it's a funny comparison. Wouldn't it be funny if that were the case? I think that it's not likely. Very not likely. For the sole reason, really, that the timeline doesn't make sense. For all of our evidence suggests that Takamoto and Kiba were probably younger. Ender of Games, you'll love to see it. The buzzer beater for the Big H. 24 at the end of the race. Nice job. Nice job. But yeah, the timeline for Takamoto, it just doesn't line up. It doesn't line up for them to be an adult. It is very likely that Takamoto and Kiba were teenagers or young adults at the start of Kaizo 1 and maybe in their mid-20s or so by the end of Kaizo 3. And that's a rough estimate, but it would exclude certain folks like Miyamoto and others who just don't fit that age timeline. Well, my friends, it is getting to be about the top of the hour tonight. We schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts. I am so honored to be a part of this with everybody. I'm proud of you all. I'm proud of the Kaizo community. I'm proud of all the hackers and makers and players and viewers and people chasing the skill and the next horizon. I'm super proud, and I'm flattered absolutely every day to be a part of this with everybody. You matter. You matter very, very much to me as people and as a community. I am honored. We are coming to the end of our adventure here tonight, but there's no shortage of cool Kaizo to watch. We're going to go check out Sony Slave, and there'll be more people around later. You think that Dram's a possibility? I don't think it's Dram. I definitely don't think it's Dram. Dram's too nice. I met Dram. He's too nice. His sweater smells of expensive perfumes, and his Dram is a comfy blanket wrapped in a cloud, wrapped in a hug, Dram is dreamy, literally dreamy. More on this later. I will see y'all again on my stream tomorrow. Please check out my Kaizo history article if you'd like to learn a little bit more. I will see y'all around again on my stream tomorrow for a special dive into some historical SMB1 influential hacks that I've managed to obtain. We're not doing the Naked Mario one, sorry, Twitch TOS. But there will be lots of fun to have. Hit us up on Romhack Races. Come back again and see us for Saturday. And don't forget, you matter. Your thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled lives matter, you too. Keep hacking the planet, everybody. Remember, you're part of a long tradition that stretches back over 30 years. I will see you all again. Have a really great night.